Good evening, everyone. This is Anthony, Wall Street Trader. It's 8:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on May 12th, 2021. Let's just go quickly. This is not financial advice. It's educational only and outlining my own personal opinions. Please note, Twitter, links below the video in the description if you want intraday updates. I also do two of these videos a day, one in the morning, one at night. If you want to stay up to date, just click the subscribe button. Next, total NuCypher allocation, still 80-20, nothing executed today. So if you've been following these videos, you know kind of where I am. I'll go through it a little more slower tomorrow. But right now, let's go straight to the markets because this is more important and much more compelling. Today, about an hour ago or so, Elon Musk came out saying he won't accept Bitcoin because it is apparently not eco-friendly. So backtracked on what he said a month ago. You know, honestly, who cares? It's a very significant thing to me. But what it did do is allow the market to consolidate, which is where I expected it ultimately to. At some point, it was hard to say exactly when, but we said that it would hit support one at some point, possibly if it doesn't get back in this upward channel. Sure enough, we hit it. In fact, we hit it squarely at 46,000, which is the midpoint between the range that I was looking at. So the other thing I had mentioned this morning, and what was titled Bitcoin teetering, because we were teetering. So if I look at the shorter term action here on Bitcoin, I said that we were looking at a broadening wedge. And I said this morning, and it was around 8:30 or so, or maybe 9 in here, we were over we were in the middle of this broadening wedge. It was going up, but we came into the broadening wedge going down. That was a very bearish sign to me, and I pointed it out, and I tweeted it out a billion times after that on Twitter. So what happened? We wound up exactly doing what I said. We went down. And what range did we hit? We hit exactly what I said we would hit at some point, which is support one, for somewhere between 45 and 47K thousand. And we hit it squarely, and now we're back up to 50, 51. I mean, this thing's all over the place. Like you can't even keep up with it. But that's not important. What's important to me is it's not the end of Bitcoin here. This is absolutely like I can't even imagine even coming close to a thought like that. I just think that overall, this is a store of value. Bitcoin is not meant for transacting, folks. This is like gold. You don't really transact with gold. You don't stick heavy bars of gold in your bag, go to the store and buy a car. No, that's not how it works. And to be honest with you, Elon kind of has to do that because he technically is in the eco business, right? But I could tell you one thing, anyone who owns Bitcoin, they're never going to buy a Tesla again. But anyway, let's put that to the side. What I could say here is NuCypher US dollar also took a hit. But holy cow, this thing could have been I was expecting this to go down way worse. The NuCypher Bitcoin pair is holding up. We're still over 800 on this thing. What's surprising to me, the day's range is 799 to 841. I think that we're starting to see a potential turnaround here, which makes it interesting in the sense that we're actually going up with the significant drop that we saw with Bitcoin. And that's very, very, very interesting. I think, that is sort of testament to where we're going with NuCypher. The other thing I wanted to mention is with NuCypher US dollar, I have said, that this company will eventually become a big player in security overall as things get bigger and bigger and bigger. So in the crypto market, things are obviously growing like wildfire. And the proof, Bitcoin's proof of work, which means it costs more emissions and, some people compare it to coal, whatever. But then there's proof of stake, which burns a lot less. So it's the more eco-friendly system. So NuCypher US dollar is that proof of stake, which is the same as Ethereum. Anyway, both eco-friendly. So what I have a feeling here is as as we start seeing and hearing threats of denial of service attacks and malware and all this stuff, people are trying to pry in, whether they want to just, suppress business from doing business and or stealing people's data, stealing personal data on the blockchain. And that's going to be a very key agenda in the future. And it's not that far off. This is not like building wireless cities and all sorts of, futuristic, types of technologies. This is like here and now. I mean, people are building blockchain implementations right now in banks, in communication centers. I mean, this is not something that's sci-fi. So it's on the cusp here. People are writing to it. That's why Ethereum is blowing up to the sky. And the reason is because people are really using it as a platform. So look, I am not going to be scared over a dip like today. I'm honestly, I'm kind of like I was considering a dabble here at 38.5. I didn't do it because I'm kind of sticking to my guns. I didn't want to be emotional. Like I mentioned in a couple of prior episodes, don't get emotional when you're trading. Get emotional, but don't trade when you're emotional. Trade when you're sane with a plan, and make sure you do the planning before things like this happen. So my plan is still my plan until it's not, and until I can actually sit down and think about it on quieter time. So just keep your eye on this. Bitcoin's already at 51,000. I think this is a scare tactic. He just wants to show the world he's got some muscle. Let me tell you something. Dollars to donuts. Bitcoin's not going anywhere. Long term, it's gonna be gold. It's a store of value. It is not a transaction purpose. So who the hell cares if he's not going to accept Bitcoin payments? Oh, please. Everyone, thank you. Have a good night.